There could be a major trade coming for the Los Angeles Lakers this upcoming offseason, and no way they actually do this, or that's what I thought until I read into the tea leaves. And in fact, this could actually be a possibility, as crazy as it sounds. We're going to break down what the reports are, what the trade is, and if the Lakers should pull the trigger, and if in fact all parties can actually even get this deal done. And welcome to Lakers Digest here, guys. My name is Hunter Pitcoff. We cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. We are a fast-growing channel. We are on the road to 20K. In order to get that, we got to get to 17K, guys, first. And we appreciate the love and support that you've all been providing. But at the same time, 87.5% of you guys who are watching our content are not subscribed. So if you're a fan of what we got going on here, you want to keep up to date with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, stop what you're doing right now and hit that subscribe button, because today is going to be a juicy video, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting really any much longer here, because the Lakers can finally land one of their targets, someone who has had their eye ever since 2018, which in 2025, guys, that's 7 years ago that the Lakers have been targeting this player for 7 years. 7 years, and now they potentially have a chance to land him as soon as this upcoming offseason here, is what Bleacher Report said. I know people go crazy about Bleacher Report and some of the trades that they be proposing, but this one's pretty reasonable, guys. This one's saying, quote, LA, of course being the Lakers here, has a glaring void on the interior following the voided deal for Mark Williams, and that needs to be addressed sooner than later. The Lakers need a lob finisher who can anchor the defensive interior, and both Nick Claxton, and when healthy, Mitchell Robinson check both boxes. So we have covered extensively here about Nick Claxton. Honestly, guys, if you go to other Lakers channels, Nick Claxton is a name that comes up a lot. But Mitchell Robinson's a little bit more interesting and a little bit more dicey. And I know you hear this name, and some of you might go, this guy's street clothes. He does not play. The Lakers really want another big man who misses a lot of games. They've had plenty of those in the past. Anthony Davis was really durable, obviously, these last few years in LA, but did have his moments as well, and does have, unfortunately, I think an unfair one, but a reputation of not being healthy. Well, Mitchell Robinson is someone who definitely is not healthy a lot. However, when you actually read into this, guys, the Lakers have been enamored with Mitchell Robinson as early as 2018, pointing at the NBA draft here. This report also came out in 2018, saying here that the Lakers had considered taking him at number 25 and were ready to snare him at number 39 if he had dropped, according to sources, though, quote, not being at the draft combine became a red flag for teams picking in the first round. So Mitchell Robinson was somebody who did not play in college basketball. He decided instead that he was going to go, I think it was like that weird like NBA, like they had that weird like G League kind of thing going on. So Mitchell Robinson, really wasn't on the college circuit like that. So as a result, teams really wanted to see him at the combine. They wanted to see what they've been missing out on for the last year, and he did not compete at the combine. He ended up actually getting rid of his agency after that because he was supposed to be a first-round pick and ended up falling all the way to the second round to pick 36 to the New York Knicks. The Lakers could have taken him at 25. They opted to instead take Mo Wagner. He got traded pretty early on, only lasted about a season with the Los Angeles Lakers, and the rest is history. So we never got to see Mitchell Robinson. But you Laker fans who've been rocking with the Lakers since 2018, you guys know, and if you keep up with the NBA draft stuff like I do, I'm a big nerd when it comes to that too, you know that the Lakers were tied to Mitchell Robinson for so long, and now they finally have a chance to go get the guy that they've wanted for quite some time here. Let's go into our next point here, guys, because the perfect fit, right? If you look at that first report, what do the Lakers need from big men, especially now that Luka Doncic is now in town? What are the type of big men that Luka Doncic likes to play with? He likes to play with great screen setters, great lob threats, and defensively, someone who can clean up the glass and someone who protects the rim. Those are all massive strengths of Mitchell Robinson, right? He's a limited basketball player, despite the fact that every summer we see him looking like the next Victor Wembanyama in LA Fitness. That's not actually his game. What he does do on the basketball court in an NBA game is exactly the type of player that the Los Angeles Lakers could use. And we're going to look at some of his numbers here. Now, this year, as of this recording, and I think still of this recording, he's only played in 3 games, and he just came back, and he's missed a ton of time over the last 2 seasons, only played in 31 games last season, but really besides that, though, had played in at least about 60 games each of his first 4 of 5 seasons, so it's really kind of been a downward trend as of late. And of course, now the New York Knicks, they have their starting center. But again, this is someone who, in his career, shoots 70% from the field. 70% from the field, right? This is somebody who, he knows his game. He's going to shoot everything in the paint and pretty much everything at the basket. That is Mitchell Robinson's game. That is what he does well. And not only is he a really good athlete, he's a big physical center that can anchor your defense as well. We're going to look back at these numbers here, guys. This is someone who's been a great rim protector, averaging almost 2 blocks per game in his career. In terms of minutes per game, only averaging, if my eyesight's not great here, about 28 minutes, I think that says, per game. So this is somewhat in Mitchell Robinson, of course, 8 rebounds as well. I mean, he averages as many rebounds per game as points per game. So this is definitely a big, bruising type of big man that you want to anchor your defense. I know the Lakers' defense has been really good. Jackson Hayes has done an admirable job. Even Trey Jemison has done an admirable job. But realistically, guys, the Lakers are going to have to upgrade that center position. It's going to have to happen in the offseason. And while Mitchell Robinson does not have the offensive skill set of a Mark Williams in terms of the productiveness, he's not nearly as good of a player. He's a much better defensive player and someone that can really help elevate the Lakers to maintain that strong defensive play because they got plenty of offense on the perimeter with Luka Doncic, LeBron, Austin, Rui. The list goes on and on. And so that does bring us to our final point here, guys. Can both sides agree? Because it does take 2 to tango. The New York Knicks are going to have to want to trade Mitchell Robinson, which I think they're going to be considering this. They've been looking for a backup big for a while, especially during the deadline, just like the Lakers were. And Karl-Anthony Towns is obviously their starter. He's been great for them this year and has been one of the premier players and potentially an all-NBA type of candidate this year for the New York Knicks. But they're going to want a backup center there as well. And it seems like Mitchell Robinson might not be the answer because he's going to be on an expiring deal here as well. And who knows what his future holds with the New York Knicks, as he will be making about $13 million for his final year before he becomes an unrestricted free agent in the 2026-2027 season. So with all that being said, can the Lakers pull this off? Yes, they can. But again, it's going to take some interesting cap maneuvering here. Because this offseason, right now, the Lakers and the New York Knicks are both first apron salary cap teams. What does that mean? It means that they need to give up more contract money out in a trade than they get in return. So Lakers are going to have to give up more than about $13 million in cap to get Mitchell Robinson, but the Knicks also kind of need to do the same thing. So that means a third team would have to be involved in this scenario, and the Knicks would have to have, find their Utah Jazz like the Lakers did in the Luka Doncic deal and send a guy like Jalen Hood-Schifino off. The Knicks are going to have to do something like that as well, most likely in this trade scenario here. So looking at the Lakers payroll, what are the Knicks going to want? I don't think Mitchell Robinson's going to cost you a first-round pick, so that's good for the Lakers. But it might cost you somebody like Dalton Knecht, right? Because he is someone who the Lakers have shown now he's expendable, right? This is someone that they're willing to trade. I don't think they'll trade him just for nothing, but they'll trade him for somebody if they think they're going to get a player of value in return. And then also the Lakers are going to have a ton of expiring contracts here as well. It could be someone like a Maxi Kleber. Maybe they'd have to give up someone like a Gabe Vincent. I'm not really quite sure where the Knicks' heads are at, but they might want to roll the dice on a sniper in Dalton Knecht. I know for the New York Knicks, Landry Shamet maybe does not have the defensive ability of Landry Shamet, although he's not a great defender, I guess. But Dalton Knecht definitely has a higher upside with his offensive play. And so the Knicks might want that kind of spark off the bench. I know this is a team that preaches defense under Tom Thibodeau, but perhaps they would like the offensive explosion that Dalton can bring, and maybe Tom Thibodeau can coach the defense into Dalton Knecht, and he can become that guy. Do I think this is a trade the Lakers should think about? 100%. At the same time, am I willing to give up Dalton Knecht for Mitchell Robinson? That I'm not quite sure. The Lakers are going to have some options on the free agency market as well. But if they swing and miss, Mitchell Robinson, who has been not healthy, if he's able to be healthy for the Los Angeles Lakers, This is someone that could be an instant impact player, and I think playing alongside Luka Doncic and LeBron James, even in Austin Reaves, would absolutely elevate his game, and we could see the best version of Mitchell Robinson that we quite didn't see for consistent amount of times with the New York Knicks. But let me know down below, guys, what you would do. Should the Lakers consider making a move for Mitchell Robinson, or do you think they should stay pat if it costs them somebody like Dalton Knecht? And if you've watched all the way through this video, guys, and you're a fan of the content, but you're not subscribed, I'm going to show you this graphic one more time. The statistic, because 87.5% of you guys watching our videos over the last month are not subscribed. So if you watched all the way through, you like what you're watching, or you don't, you like to hate, though I don't prefer it, stop what you're doing right now, hit that subscribe button, because we will keep you up to date with every rumor, hypothetical scenario, reports, game coverage, everything surrounding your Lakers here on Lakers Digest.